Hi, this is Lorraine with Chat and Craft with Lorraine Tierney, and I thought I'd jump on today and make a Halloween card with you. I've been thinking about this Halloween card for a while. I know it's a little bit early, but when inspiration strikes, you need to go with it, right? So here we are. So I made this using the Beauty of Friendship tree. And since I got this tree and these dies, I've been thinking what a great Halloween tree it would make. So the dies are the Beautiful Trees dies, and they come like that. So I'm going to use the larger one of those, none of the stamps in that, and the Time of Giving stamp set, the Boo, and the cutout for the leaves. I've already run these leaves in pumpkin pie and old olive, but that's the die that I used for the leaves from the Time of Giving bundle. This is the one that has the really cute Santa in the sleigh that makes a cute tag, and snowflakes and ornaments. It's really a cute set. I've used it for a lot of things already. So I thought I would show you how I made this card. I'm not a big buyer of Halloween papers or Halloween only sets. I just don't seem to use them enough. So this I liked because I could make it with other things. So the first thing I'm going to do is put a piece of adhesive paper on the back of this basic black cardstock. And that will help me stick that tree down much better. So I'm just peeling those pieces off. I cut it a little bit smaller than the piece of cardstock, and I think this cardstock was like 3 1/4 by 5. I just wanted it big enough to put the tree on. So I'm going to run this real quickly through my Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine. I can't put that on the table with me because it shakes the table too much. So I do run it through a couple of times when I have that adhesive sheet on it. Okay, so here it is, and you can see that it's cut through pretty well. And so now I've got the die still back there to give me a little resistance, and I'm just kind of poking these branches and trying to get this all to lift. There's always one spot over there that's a little bit tricky. It does come out a wee bit easier when you're not using the adhesive sheets, but the adhesive sheets do hold this down so much better. Where am I stuck? There we go. Almost. Okay. So there you have it, and I can take out that big piece in the middle because I'll probably put him down again. We don't need that piece. Okay, so there's my tree, and I'm going to put it on a piece of gorgeous grape that is 3 3/4 by 5. And I'm sorry if you hear some machines in the background. I had some water damage in my studio this week, and I turned most of the things off, but I think there's something still running back there behind me. Okay, so I'm going to put this on. You see I just peeled that backing off a little bit to the left of center, and just put that on. And then I used this cool embossing folder. Of course, I cannot find it. Where did oh, it's right next to me. It's called Star Crossed, and it's half stars and half plaid. And I've used it on circles, and here's a little trick on different size things. You could put your paper, your circle or your rectangle just under the stars if you wanted it there, or just under the plaid if you wanted it to be just in plaid. But we're going to do the whole piece here, and I thought it looked like the stars were up in the sky a little bit. So I'm getting it nice and straight on the line down here. And this is not a 3D embossing folder, so you don't need the special plate or shims or anything like that. So I'm going to run that through quickly. Of course, I can't do anything quickly when I'm live. It doesn't work. So I just put that through, and here is that cool tree, and it's really going to stick nicely now, and it almost looks like it's been inlaid in there because we went through the embossing folder also. So I'm going to put that on a piece of black that's 4 1/4 by 5. Just got a blob of glue over there. Whoops, that's what pants are for, right? I'll just wipe that off and put that down. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and put that on the front of the card because I like that on there when I put the leaves on. So I'm not seeing any comments. I'm not sure if anybody has commented, but just to let you know, if you do have a question or a comment, I will answer them later because Facebook doesn't seem to be showing them to me right now. All right, so there's that. So like I said, I used that Time of Giving die. It's one die that will cut out 4 leaves in one color at a time. And so we're just going to put these on here. And I'm going to use glue dots if I can find, okay. And it was time for a new box of glue dots. So I was going to show you a trick with how to use these. Isn't that a nice tree, Shelley? And you're saying you love that spooky tree. And I might have it on another card over here. It's funny how it does look spooky in black, but here on this card, in the misty moonlight, I don't think it looks spooky at all. So that's kind of cool. Anyway, with the glue dots. So they come rolled up and they're now on the piece that you peel away, not the piece that stays on the spool. So if you put these, keep them on the spool and just lift it up and hang it over the edge so that it comes out like this. It'll come out a little bit at a time and your glue dots will be right there and really easy for you to get. So we're going to use glue dots to put these leaves on because otherwise the glue, these leaves have detail and cuts in them, and I don't want the glue to ooze out and be all shiny on my paper. So we'll just put one glue dot on the back of these, and I'm looking at my other one a little bit as to how I'm going to put these down, but it really doesn't matter. You can really, I mean, leaves fall and they make a mess, right? I already have quite a few leaves in my yard. I don't know if anybody else does, but they are starting to fall. And I'm just varying the color a little bit, and I just pulled a little bit more of my glue dot paper out, and they keep coming out very nicely. Oh, that's another orange one. Let's get a green one. Okay. Green. I do like alternating the colors a little bit. And then an orange. And how about, whoops, the big green one. I didn't stick that down. There we go. And a couple more. And I did do, so the sentiment on this card is embossed with white embossing powder. And I did that already because I don't like running my embossing gun on the live. It makes too much noise. Okay, so this last one I'm gonna put, so this is a tag. I used one of the smallest of the dies from the tailored tags. You get all of these, the angled dies and the fancier dies. So this is the smallest one. And I just used white embossing powder with Versamark and then melted that. Okay, that's going to go on here, but I'm going to use a tiny bit of the gorgeous Grape sheer ribbon. I really like these sheer ribbons. They tie nicely, they fold nicely. And I'm going to put some baker's twine on it, but as I look around, I'm not seeing, oh, I see it, my white baker's twine. Okay, here it is. So this comes in a baker's twine essentials pack, and you get 5 colors. There's black and white and very vanilla and gray granite, and I think that's probably crumb cake. Okay, and I'm going to tie a bow with this. And you might think that looks long, and it probably is, but if I do it too short on the air, I'll never get it tied. So I'm just tying it. I might still never get it tied. Tying it around there, and I'm going to put it in a little bow. Some people tie these bows with their fancy nails and make it look so easy. I've got the ribbon caught in mine. I often use a bow maker, but you can't use a bow maker for something like this. And I find that my bows look a little better if they're smaller. So now I'm going to trim these, and I'm going to put a few dimensionals on the back of that, just to pop it up. Oops, I got an extra one. And that's going to go over here. And I'm going to trim those. I want that one at more of an angle. There we go. So, whoops. Did I put a glue dot on that one? I guess I did not. Let's get a glue dot. So now I can just rip some of that off and pull a little bit more out, and there's my glue dot. And this time we'll see if it will stick. There we go. Okay, and then on the inside, I'm going to put a couple of layers. It's a pumpkin pie card base, and then we'll do a gorgeous grape layer and a basic white with a sentiment that's from A Wish for Everything. This has a lot of inside and outside sentiments, so you can get just about every holiday out of this. It's a 2-pack set. It's wishing you a and have a happy and day and those kinds of things. And then this side has inside sentiments. So there's one that says wishing you a trick-or-treating, candy-eating, frightful, delightful time. So I thought that seemed great. Like I said, I'm not one to buy a pure Halloween set, but this one I can use for so much. So I'm using my grid paper to make sure that my paper is straight, and that should increase the odds that I can get the sentiment straight. We'll see how I do. Oh, it's straight, but it's upside down. So always check your sentiment before you stamp. Okay, let's try that again. That was pretty funny. I haven't done that in a long time. There you go. And now, because I thought this paper was going to go the other way, sometimes there's a little ridge on the edges, and I just either press that down with my fingernail or my bone folder, and that little ridge goes away. Okay, so let's put this together. That's pretty funny. Oh, it wasn't straight either, so good thing it was upside down. Good thing the paper has 2 sides. Okay, and then we'll put this on it. And you could change this if you used a brown tree and colorful leaves and a different color mat and card base. It wouldn't have to be Halloween at all. You could go with Cajun Craze or Merry Merlot and have it just be a fall card. Or maybe you have a different tree in your stash that you could do. But it's a fun way to make a Halloween card that doesn't require just Halloween supplies to do. So I hope you liked this card today. If you would like and share this video with other people, that would be great. My name is Lorraine with Chat and Craft with Lorraine, and I'd love to be your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I'd love to help you make cards at home, and if there's any way I can do that, please send me a message or leave me a comment. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.